Number 1. Sam and Colby are well-known YouTubers with over 13.5 million subscribers. They've been making videos for nearly a decade, mixing adventure with spooky encounters. Over the years, they've explored plenty of creepy places, but nothing could have prepared them for what happened during this experience. It was so intense that afterward, they took a break from YouTube because this time, they almost didn't make it out alive. To understand what happened, we need to go back to April 17th, 2019. That night, Sam and Colby, along with their friends Elton and Matt, set out to explore the Cobb Estate in California. This place is known for its eerie legends, and their goal was to perform a ritual inside an abandoned tunnel deep in the forest.
What's up, guys? It's Sam and Colby.
Today we are back at the ritual tunnel in the Enchanted Forest.
Again, third time.
With Elton and Matt. Alright guys, so as you know, this is the haunted Cobb Estate. There's a very long hike and we are going back to the ritual tunnel.
At first, everything seemed normal. After a 20-minute hike, they reached the tunnel and stepped inside. But almost immediately, they started hearing strange, unsettling noises echoing in the darkness.
Wait, what was that? What was that?
Did you hear that?
Oh, I think that's his.
What is it?
Oh my god. Look, 1 candle, 2, 3, 4,
Whoa.
5. This looks like a.
Remember this thing was over here last time?
Yeah.
They
Wait.
moved it.
This is perfect. Or not perfect, but like 2 tikis, all the candles surrounding a stake where they would put something on top and burn it.
Dude, I don't really want to stay in here for a while. I feel like we should just get the ritual over with.
They tried to ignore it, thinking it was just the wind, and continued walking. As they reached the area where they planned to do the ritual, they noticed something chilling.
About the same spot that we did last time when we promised that we'd come back and do a ritual.
You got that. I wasn't part of that promise.
Where did you go, by the way?
Play the tape back.
It doesn't matter.
I think we promised.
You promised.
It's like 200 feet. I still think we should go all the way to the back.
No, I know. I was just making a statement of like, we were here 3 weeks ago. Was that just like water? Or did you hear like a...
What's that?
Is that your shoe again?
I'm not moving.
I can hear
Like
it.
that, but...
Yeah, let's try it. If there's anything in here or any spirit that wants to talk to us, communicate with us in any way, we invite you to use our energy and make yourself present.
Candles arranged in a circle, as if someone had already performed a ritual there. Colby felt uneasy and wanted to leave, but the group decided to push forward. As they lit the candles and sat down, the strange noises returned. They tried to make contact with any spirits that might be there. Then, something strange happened. One of the candles suddenly went out. They relit it, but moments later, it was blown out again.
Deep breath. Did that just
Did that go out? Was that because of a drop? Because I don't feel
There's no drops under here. Okay, so what now? Like this is...
Should we light it again, or should we just say it?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better. I just need to stand up.
Okay. I say we keep trying to make this as blood longer.
Count of it, okay?
Wait. What's that low noise? Oh my god. Shh.
That's not possible. It's not possible for a car to be back here. That is not possible.
Wait.
They're all different. They're all different.
What is that? Is that wind?
No.
It's not there. Shh.
Okay, stop.
Wait, dude, that's a voice. That's a voice. Oh, wait.
It seemed like they might have made contact with something paranormal, but the real danger was still ahead. Out of nowhere, voices echoed from the entrance of the tunnel. Multiple voices, not just one. They weren't alone. At first, they thought it might be fans of their channel, but something felt off. The voices were getting closer. Not wanting to take any risks, they quickly put out their candles and moved deeper into the tunnel to hide.
That literally sounds like
As they sat in silence, the voices grew louder. Whoever was out there wasn't leaving. Then they started hearing eerie whistling and humming sounds, almost like someone was deliberately trying to mess with them. The tension kept building. The only way out was past whoever was at the entrance. Then they saw a light.
I'm saying they're getting closer, dude. What I was gonna do when they get here. They might not come over.
And they have no problems with us at all. And they're just chill people that are here for kind of the same reasons we are. Either they're a little unstable, and maybe they see a nice camera and they want to take it, or whatever else we have on us. Or 3, they're here to do something really weird. And
Like you mean like legitimately?
I'm gonna go with number 3.
It's midnight.
They had to make a decision. Wait and hope the strangers left, or try to make a quiet escape.
What's the plan, boys? No matter what, we gotta pass them.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't like run this too narrow.
They're gonna come all the way to the end, too.
What do we do? Oh. Wait, I can see a light. Guys, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, dude. It's just like a group like us. Like, should we just walk like it's just like this? Holy fuck, dude. You see the light? There's a light.
Yeah, sorry, make a decision.
Okay. Come, we're trying. Dude, there's a light behind you.
You left the CVS back.
No. Man, no, they can't. Do we leave all the candles? I thought we picked them up.
There you go.
Before they could figure out their next move, the figures emerged. At least 5 people appeared, and they didn't look friendly. Worse, they seemed angry that Sam and Colby were filming. In that moment, the group knew they were in real danger.
I don't know. What do you want to do? We have to silence. Yo, guys. No, we're still in a video.
Yo, start there, bro. Put your camera down, bro. It's not filming, bro.
The camera suddenly cuts off, but we now know they managed to escape. Later, in a follow-up video, Sam and Colby explained that they couldn't share all the details for safety reasons, but they did confirm one terrifying fact. The strangers were armed. They believed they might have stumbled upon something illegal, possibly drug dealers or criminals who didn't want to be seen. Thankfully, everyone made it out unharmed, but the experience shook them so much that they decided to step away from YouTube for a while. What do you think really happened in that tunnel? Please help us reach 1,000 subscribers. 99% of you watching have not subscribed yet, so please do. It's free. Number 2. Erlo Brown, a 29-year-old YouTuber, is known for exploring mysterious and remote locations. Through his channel, he takes viewers on thrilling adventures, venturing into dense forests, abandoned caves, and hidden trails where few dare to go. His goal? To capture raw, first-hand experiences of the unknown. On September 30th, 2021, Erlo set off on another adventure. This time, he was heading deep into the hilly forests of South Africa. Unlike most of his trips, he was completely alone, without his usual companions or even his dog. His plan was simple: set up trail cameras to capture wildlife in action. The hilly forests are home to towering yellowwood trees and various animals. It's a place of beauty, but also one where nature reigns supreme, perfect for an explorer like Erlo. As he walked through the thick vegetation, he carefully searched for the ideal spot to place his trail camera. He wanted a location where animals were likely to pass, but where the camera would remain hidden from people. Finally, he found the perfect place.
I think we have found a perfect place to place the trail camera. So this trail running along here is literally the only entrance and exit for this entire valley. Just have to find a good spot to place the camera. I'm not too concerned about people finding the camera. This trail isn't used a lot because it's just a one-way. Maybe if we find something that's a little bit further into, this could perhaps work.
Just as he was about to set up the camera, something completely unexpected happened. A loud, chilling scream tore through the forest. It was unlike anything he had ever heard. Powerful, unfamiliar, and impossible to identify. Erlo froze. For a few seconds, he stood completely still, trying to process what he had just heard. But his instincts quickly took over. Fear surged through him, and he immediately started making his way back, moving fast but cautiously.
That was not an animal. I think I'm gonna leave.
He had no idea what it was, but one thing was clear. It wasn't an ordinary animal sound. Deciding not to take any chances, Erlo left the area, choosing safety over curiosity. Later that day, he uploaded the footage to YouTube, asking his audience if they had any idea what the sound could have been. Viewers flooded the comments with theories. Some believed it was a predator marking its territory. Others speculated it could be something supernatural. But to this day, there has been no clear answer.
On April 19, 2020, what was supposed to be another relaxing night under the stars turned into a terrifying experience he'll never forget. It was a bright sunny day when Noah set out for a stealth camping trip in a secluded forest. As night fell, he built a small campfire and settled into the back of his truck, ready for a calm night's sleep. But instead of peace, he found something much more unsettling.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside, probably like 2 in the morning, and he just keeps walking around, and he's like really close to my truck.
Sometime after midnight, he woke up to the sound of footsteps, not the rustling of an animal. These were slow, deliberate human steps circling his truck. He lay still, heart pounding, listening as whoever it was moved closer. Then the footsteps stopped, right next to his window. Panic set in. He was parked in a remote spot far from any roads or trails. No one should be out there.
I've never been this scared. And like, this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see. No one was on that road. Wait, he's touching my truck. He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally walking. He's literally walking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked and everything's scared forever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now. I wish I brought my gun back here. He keeps walking around. I don't get it. I'm like, how is he not? I've noticed. Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm trying to see if I can flash my light to get him scared. So he runs away. There he is.
Then, the worst part. Whoever it was started touching the truck. A light knock, fingers dragging along the side, a hand testing the door handle. Noah held his breath, staying as silent as possible. He had a gun, but it was out of reach in the front of the truck. He didn't want to make a sound, didn't want to reveal that he was inside. He kept still, hoping the intruder would leave. His only option was to wait and hope whoever was outside would give up. For 15 agonizing minutes, the unseen figure lingered, moving in and out of view, knocking lightly, testing the doors, and then silence. Just as suddenly as it had started, it was over. The footsteps faded into the woods, disappearing without a trace. At the first sign of daylight, Noah didn't waste a second. He jumped into the driver's seat and sped away, still shaken by what had happened. When he got home, he decided to check his truck for any signs of what or who had been outside that night.
This is the day after. He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, it looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result. So that was probably the scariest camping experience I've probably ever had in my...
What he found sent chills down his spine. Handprints, dozens of them, smeared across the back window where someone had clearly been trying to peer inside. Scratch marks on the side, smudges on the door handles, like someone had repeatedly tried to get in. The back canopy had been locked, thankfully, but it was clear someone had been desperate to open it. Whoever was out there never spoke, never identified themselves. No flashlight, no announcement, just a silent, lingering presence in the dark.
Tom, a well-known YouTuber from the channel Explorer on Road, had spent years documenting eerie and abandoned locations, delving into places with unsettling pasts. His content had captivated audiences, drawing viewers into his ghost hunts and urban explorations. But on one particular night, an investigation would push him and his friend Connor to their limits. It was July 4th, 2021. Their destination, a long-forgotten theatre in the UK. Despite the decayed structure and eerie silence, the pair were eager to explore. However, the night had already begun on an ominous note.
To abandoned theatre. Like I said, I'm with Explorer Returns. Check him out, links in the description. On the way here, there was already some mad stuff going on, so there was a guy who kept stalling going up the hill. It was crazy, and we pulled up next to him and he opened the window and was like, oh, get out the car, get out the car. It was
And then chased us.
yeah, literally, and then obviously chased us.
And I got chased before I picked Tom up as well. So that's 2 times now I've been chased.
Yeah, it's not a good start, guys, so
There could be a third one coming in.
we don't even know what's in there because
Yeah.
it's just creepy, but let's go, let's try this place out.
Earlier, they had encountered a strange figure wandering nearby, a man who had unnervingly seemed to follow them. They had managed to get away, but the encounter left them uneasy.
Look at this place. I know, man. It just looks creepy already.
Yeah, it does. Alright.
And it is midnight. I really hope there's no one inside. There's just so many noises.
Really?
Because of the rain as well.
Oh shit, yeah.
This is dodgy. Look at his face.
As they arrived, the theatre loomed before them, its shadowy form barely visible against the night sky. The entrance led them into a dark corridor lined with peeling walls and debris-covered floors. Moving cautiously, they navigated the halls, each step echoing through the empty space. The air was thick with dust and the smell of decay.
That sounds so dodgy. I think it's the water dripping onto the plastic thing.
Yeah, right. It's amazing how the building is 4 stories and the concrete is still leaking.
A steady dripping sound filled the silence as water leaked from the ceiling, collecting into stagnant puddles on the floor. At first, the noise seemed like nothing more than the remnants of rainwater finding its way through the cracks. But the further they ventured, the more the sounds around them shifted. Subtle movements, faint shuffling, and deep, deliberate thuds. Something was different.
I hope there's no one following us because there's only one way out of it.
Yeah, that's what makes it worse.
Yeah, there's one way out.
Like, if we need to bail, we can just go out the nearest exit.
As they made their way upstairs, a sudden crash from below sent a jolt of fear through them. The noise was unmistakable. Something or someone had moved. Standing motionless, they listened. Then, more sounds.
Presence.
As scary as this Explorer is, this is pretty cool. Very, very old though. Still like the massive speakers up there.
Oh, it does, you're right, yeah.
I know you're there. Yeah.
Right, I'm not gonna joke.
Oh, the smell. The smell.
Oh, mate, it stinks so bad. How many years has that taken? You get that?
No, what was it?
Like a massive thud. That was footsteps, was it not? Not on this floor here, there was footsteps going on. I'm not. You both heard that, right?
Yeah.
This is not okay.
Why can I hear a pigeon up there but I can't see it?
Footsteps, distant but distinct. Someone was down there, with their only exit being the same way they had come in. An unsettling realization set in. If someone was inside the theatre with them, avoiding an encounter would be impossible.
I don't know if it's an actual person or the rain. What? That was like a metal.
That was glass.
Are you hearing shit downstairs? Wait, no, I'm being serious.
Is there something? I know this sounds bad, but if we're going to get out of here, there is some kind of we're going to have to deal with them. Just let's take that because if they've got a weapon or we're going to have to. Right, cameras and shit. We have to get out of here. Get out of here.
I think someone's in here.
Yeah, there is.
What's it?
I'm here for something.
There's just thumps and shit.
Yeah. You know, like when you hear like footsteps on the wooden floor above you and shit, like where it's proper like deep footstep. That's exactly what I've been hearing since you're on the floor below. And I keep hearing that's a door. Was it not?
I don't know.
Every instinct screamed for them to turn back, but curiosity and the need to understand what they were facing kept them moving forward.
There's some really bad vibes and we heard so much stuff and it's coming from downstairs where the exit is. We heard footsteps. This is not what you want to do. If someone's in here, it's bad. It's a bad area. This theatre is in a bad area. There's people.
There's people on the
There's
back.
people.
There's people. This is on the back of the side. They're coming in here. They're straight coming in here. They're right below us. That down there is one where we entered. Right, okay, there's a lot of them. There's at least 3 or 4 of them. We'll have to make ourselves known to them before they actually find us. 'Cause
Oh shit.
yeah, we've got a problem. We've got a big problem. The thing is, we're going to have to ask them regardless.
My heart's actually racing now.
We need to make ourselves known to them before they find us, because if we scare the shit out of them, they could be on. Yeah, they're in here. They're definitely knocking in the echoes. Probably outside. Shit, big thing.
Descending the stairs, they approached a hallway where the sounds had originated. Shadows stretched across the floor, cast by faint light seeping through the broken windows. The tension was suffocating. Then, through the dimly lit corridor, they saw him, a lone figure standing at the far end of the room.
This looks weird. Oh, it stinks down there. This is so weird. There's like lights in here. So many spider webs. What is this like? Oh yeah, no. What the f was that? What the f? What was that? No, what the hell are we gonna do? You saw someone. What the fuck? We need to get out. We need to seriously leave this place. My heart is racing. Where did you see her? Mate, that bang was loud and I was literally underneath. Oh,
An older man, his long beard and worn clothing suggesting he had been there for some time. He moved slowly, seemingly unaware of their presence, but something about the situation felt wrong. The realization hit hard. The loud bang from earlier had come from him. Panic surged as they watched him disappear into the darkness. The only way out was past where he had been standing, and there was no telling what his intentions were.
right there. Mate, this is dodgy. What are we gonna do? This is not a joke anymore.
What's going on? Huh? Hello?
You do realise, like, I don't even imagine. This is weird. He didn't even acknowledge me. I literally said, "Happy world." He's gonna be in that bit over there. That's what I saw him walk.
Man, the exit's just over there. This is messed up. It sounds like footsteps.
He's going down there.
Yeah, where is he?
I swear on my life there's a guy in there. I swear.
How are we gonna get away with this?
Well,
I need to leave quickly.
Unsure of their next move. Then, another sound, this time from behind them. A whisper, just barely audible over the ambient noise of the building. The sensation of being watched became unbearable. The exit was within reach, but the overwhelming dread made it feel miles away. Without warning, movement erupted from the shadows. The figure re-emerged, stepping toward them. The realization struck like a cold wave. He knew they were there.
Hello, is anyone in here? Mate, there's like bangs coming up from that direction.
who's that? That's savage.
Was that up there?
No, I filmed that earlier. There's no bang there. It's just a load of shit.
No, there's actually noises coming from in there. I'm not even joking. There's noises coming from inside there. I don't know what to do. I'm just going straight through the exit. I'm getting out of here. Is he in there? Mate, hey, we need to go.
Wait, no, what?
What the hell is that? We need to...
Oh shit!
What do you do?
The shit out of me.
What the fuck? Mate, this place is dodgy. You alright?
That is not cool at all.
Instinct took over. Without a second thought, they bolted, their footsteps pounding against the floor as they sprinted toward the exit. Bursting out of the theatre and into the night, they didn't stop running until they were far from the building's reach. The fear, however, lingered. Whatever the man's true intentions had been, one fact was clear. Had they hesitated even a moment longer, the outcome could have been far worse. Meet Dan, a fearless YouTuber known for seeking out the world's most haunted forest. He runs a channel called Cursed Urban, where he documents his spine-chilling adventures in remote and eerie places. Always chasing the next thrill, Dan isn't easily scared, but one particular night put him to the test like never before. On this trip, Dan set out to explore a forest with a dark reputation, a place steeped in unsettling local legends. It wasn't far from home, only about an hour and a half away, but the distance didn't matter. The forest had a history of strange events, and more disturbingly, a body had recently been found there. Not exactly the ideal spot for a solo trip, but for Dan, that's what made it all the more compelling. As the sun went down and the last light faded, Dan arrived and stepped into the woods. Crickets filled the silence, and the forest felt still, but tension hung in the air. Not long into his walk, something unusual broke the quiet, a noise from the bushes nearby. It startled him, but he pressed on.
What can you do? I just heard something back there. That was weird, dude. What is that? Okay. Ignore those people. I hope you guys can hear that. Hello?
Deeper into the forest. Soon after, he began to hear voices, distant at first, then seemingly closer. It was hard to tell if they were real or echoes from somewhere deeper in the woods. The thought that someone might be following him, or worse, watching him, crept into his mind. While the forest's supernatural stories were chilling enough, Dan knew that in the dark, people could be far more dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of this. It sounds like their voices keep getting closer to where I'm at. What is that? What is that? Something's taking steps to keep up with me right over there. What is that? Hello? Oh, what the? What was that? It sounded like something said hello straight back, dude.
As he moved through the trees, he heard footsteps nearby. Not animals, but something larger, heavier. Then a voice, faint but clear, called out from the bushes. It was enough to stop him in his tracks. The moment was tense, the silence after the sound even more unsettling. With no sign of who or what made the noise, Dan decided he'd had enough for one night. He headed back toward the parking lot, uneasy and alert.
I know you heard it. I know you heard that, for sure. Tell me if you think that's what it said was hello. I heard that. That was... Man, dude, that... Okay, all right, you know... And then for me to call out and for it to not respond... Yeah, I'm picking up my pace a little bit.
Feeling unsettled, he heads back to the parking lot, having already faced enough horrors for one night.
Where I'm going to camp, I'm going to head back to the parking lot area. And I also feel like I have a strong sense like I'm being watched. In my home for the evening, shut the door. Locking it. And yeah, I'm going to rest for the evening.
Feeling the weight of unseen eyes watching him, the plan was to camp in his car for the night, hoping for a quiet end to a long, stressful evening. Safely inside his vehicle, he locked the doors and settled in, trying to get some rest. But just when things seemed to calm down, something disturbed his sleep. A flashlight beam cut through the darkness. Someone was outside his car. Even more disturbing, the door handles were being tested. Whoever it was, they were trying to get in. By the time Dan looked out, no one was there.
Dude, I just woke... Hello? I just woke up to somebody shining a flashlight into my window. Something woke me up. I don't know what it was, but then... Yeah, it was not a fun evening at all. That was terrifying. That was seriously one of the scariest things I've had happen to me.
But the reality hit hard. Someone had come right up to his car in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. The forest's legends were frightening, but this real-world danger was even more terrifying. Deciding not to push his luck, Dan left immediately, shaken but safe. To this day, the mystery remains. Who was out there? Was it the same person or people he heard earlier in the woods? Thankfully, we'll never know. But it's a chilling reminder that the unknown doesn't always come from the paranormal. Sometimes, the real danger is far too human.